So after the Duck Dynasty thing, I made the video on New Year's Eve. Told me to give me my email address to him, and that he would have me on a show or whatever to debate the issue or talk about it. Never did. Here, I'll go over the flaws again in what he had said. That, you know, being gay, yeah, all Christians should have that attitude towards gay people, because being gay is the Bible, you know, commands us to hate gay people. Well, first off, in Christianity, the New Testament abrogates all Levitical law. There's a command not to hate by Christ. Christ even, you know, completely reverses other things in the Old Testament. It turns it on its head. Beyond all that, I had to point out, these men are heretics. They're not part of the church. They go to a Bible-based church. The church wrote, edited, and compiled the Bible. Christianity does not come from the Bible. It comes from the church. It wasn't until 367 that we get a list of books that matches our New and Old Testament. And even that is not really correct, because Athanasius' 39th Paschal Letter in 367 tells us, this is where we get the list from, tells us to read the Epistle of Barnabas, the Didache, the Proto-Evangelion, before we touch any of the canonical works. So he majored in history, did he say? Yet he knows nothing about the history of the church or Christianity, which has had the biggest impact in Western civilization, period, was the church. That had the biggest impact. That's undisputable. Not to mention that when did Christ ever say that being gay was a sin? The words that Paul uses, if you want to interpret those, also the church is the only interpreter of Scripture. Pretty sure everybody knows that. But the words that Paul uses are very specific. They're words like pedophile. You know? So if you want to get in a pissing contest of what literally Scripture says, it doesn't even say what he wants it to say. But yeah, the guy who would debate anybody never got back to me. Spooky. If I remember correctly, he keeps speaking to Christians or about Christians saying, well, your book says this, isn't it infallible? This and that. It didn't fall from heaven. It was written by men, and it's only infallible when used to teach by the church. It's a didactic tool that the church compiled. The assertion that Christians should be trying to convert gay people or should be intolerant of them or should dislike them or hate them is unfounded. First of all, no historic form of Christianity is based on the Bible. Do I need to state that again? That for over 350 years, there was no such thing called the New Testament. There was no biblical canon for Christianity.